Imagine this. You wake up one morning and instead of hitting snooze, instead of saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," you whisper to yourself, "Enough. No more excuses. Today, I move." That single decision, tiny, fragile, almost invisible, can transform everything. Because the moment you finally stop making excuses, life doesn't just shift a little bit, it explodes with possibility. Excuses feel safe. They protect us. They give us an easy way out. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm too tired. I'll start when things calm down. We all know these lines. We've all used them. And at first, they feel harmless, even logical. But the truth is, excuses are thieves. They rob us, silently, piece by piece. Every time you say, "I can't," you hand over a piece of your future. You trade growth for comfort. You trade possibility for limitation. And you don't even notice what's slipping away until years have passed and regret starts to whisper, "What if?" But the moment you stop, when you finally look at your excuses and say, "Not anymore," something inside you wakes up. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, the energy you used to waste justifying your limits gets redirected into building your future. No more, "I can't work out because I'm tired." Now it becomes, "I'll move my body so I'll have energy." No more, "I can't chase that dream because I don't know enough." Now it's, "I'll learn as I go. I'll figure it out." And in that instant, life feels lighter, stronger, more alive. Because excuses were never chains put on you by the world. They were chains you wrapped around yourself, and you always had the key. Here's the paradox. When you stop making excuses, you finally take responsibility. And responsibility sounds heavy, doesn't it? But in reality, it's freedom. Think about it. When you blame others, when you blame your circumstances, when you blame bad luck, you're handing away your power. You're saying, "I can't control my life because it's not in my hands." But when you stop making excuses, you take it back. You grab the wheel. And yes, it's terrifying, but it's also liberating. Because if it's your responsibility, then it's also your power to change. No more victim, you become the author. And suddenly, you start writing a very different story. Excuses are the enemy of discipline. And discipline, that's the real key to freedom. See, when you stop making excuses, you don't wait for motivation anymore. You act whether you feel like it or not. And that's when doors begin to open. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you strengthen your willpower. And willpower is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. You don't say, "I'll go to the gym when I feel like it." You go, and then the feeling follows. You don't say, "I'll work on my dream when I'm ready." You work on it, and that's how you become ready. Excuses die when discipline is born. And once you've built that discipline, you don't even feel tempted to make excuses anymore. At first, it feels small. The first time you stop making excuses, maybe nothing big happens. You go for one run, you send one email, you study for 1 hour. It almost feels insignificant. But that's where the magic begins. Because success is never built in a single day. It's built in layers. And every excuse you replace with action becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. One workout doesn't change your body, but 100 workouts built by refusing 100 excuses transform it completely. One act of courage doesn't change your life, but 100 acts of courage create a brand new reality. This is the compound effect. Small actions multiplied by consistency lead to massive results. And none of it happens if excuses are still running the show. Here's what's even more powerful. When you stop making excuses, the world responds. Opportunities start appearing, not because luck suddenly showed up, but because you finally did. People respect action. They trust doers. And when you become someone who takes action instead of making excuses, you stand out. You attract people, resources, and possibilities that were invisible to you before. It's almost like the universe leans in and whispers, "Finally, you're serious. Let's go." And something else happens. Fear begins to die. Think about it. Every excuse you make is fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of hard work. But when you stop making excuses, fear begins to starve. Because fear only has power if you keep feeding it with delays and justifications. Action is the antidote. The moment you move forward, fear shrinks. It loses its grip. And the things that once seemed impossible, they become your new normal. And with that comes something priceless: self-respect. When you stop making excuses, you start trusting yourself again. You prove to yourself that your word means something. You look in the mirror and see someone who follows through, and that builds confidence. It's not about proving anything to others anymore. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable, disciplined, and worthy of the life you dream of. Excuses destroy self-trust. Action rebuilds it. And with every promise you keep to yourself, your confidence grows. But here's the best part. It doesn't stop with you. When you stop making excuses, you don't just change your own life, you start changing the lives around you. Your kids notice, your friends notice, your coworkers notice, and suddenly you're not just transforming yourself, you're inspiring others to do the same. Your courage becomes their permission. Your action becomes their motivation. Your growth becomes their hope. And just like that, the ripple spreads. One person's decision to stop making excuses can ignite a chain reaction that touches countless lives. And in the end, something profound happens. You stop being the person who dreams and wishes, and you become the person who does. You shift from someone who waits to someone who moves, from someone who asks, "What if?" to someone who confidently says, "What's next?" That's the real transformation. When you stop making excuses, you don't just change your actions, you change your identity. You become the type of person who refuses to be held back. And here's the truth. The life you want, the future you dream of, the person you're capable of becoming, they're all waiting on the other side of your excuses. So what happens when you finally stop making excuses? You get your life back. You take control. You unlock energy, discipline, confidence, and opportunity. You inspire others, and most importantly, you prove to yourself that you are capable of extraordinary things. Excuses are chains, but the key has always been in your hands. So now I'll leave you with this question. Will you use it? Will you unlock the door and step into the life you were meant to live? Or will you keep waiting, keep justifying, keep protecting comfort while your future slips away? The choice is yours, but remember, your excuses will never build your dreams. Only action will. So stop waiting, stop defending your limits, and start right now, today. No more excuses.